Hello, so I think we're live on YouTube. I've got the fan going, it's messing up my fringe. So let me just make sure that that's it. I think I've muted that, so that's good. Okay, right, so I think we're ready to go. So let's go into this. All looking good, apparently. My makeup has run. I saw something very funny on Facebook, and I just, you know, when it's something makes you laugh out loud. So I had to completely repair my makeup. Just one of those things. So anyway, I'm Ali from psychicali.net. So my makeup's still bad. And I'm here to talk about and look into the Cosmic Deck by Norbert Loesch. Okay, and I've done previous other videos that you can look out for, which is it goes through the cups, the pentacles, the wands, and the swords. And this is the next one, and the last video I'm going to do regarding the Cosmic Deck. So this is for the major arcana part of the reading. So obviously the other suits, the other four suits, cups, pentacles, wands, swords, I repeat a lot. That's how I believe that it gets through to me. So I'm hoping it's the same with you. So if you feel as if I'm repeating, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just trying to help you to remember. So yeah, the other four suits are the minor arcana, and there are 56 of those cards. So we've done all 56, and we're left with the major arcana, which are linked to the major events in your life. Okay, the major events in your life are 22 cards that start from the Fool, which is 0, and ends with the World, which is 21. Okay, so what we're doing, I mean, some cards, especially in the lovely Medicine Woman cards, they call this particular card, the Fool card, the Seed, which is really nice because it is the beginning. It's the beginning of something new, that gut feeling. Okay, so I'm going to go through these. Now, the reason why I believe, and this is the first lot of the videos I'm going to be doing with the Cosmic, is because I truly believe that they are one of the easiest decks to learn from. Okay, so you have to kind of love the deck that you pick. You have to be drawn to it. The illustration, you know, the illustrations, you have to be drawn to that. And when you pick a pack of tarot cards, make sure that there is an image on every card and not just the major arcana cards. Make sure that you haven't just got 1 cup, 2 cups, 4 pentacles, 5 pentacles, 3 swords. Just what I mean, and that's the only image that you have. All the cups have to tell a story, all the swords, all the pentacles, they all have to tell a story. Okay, so we're going to get straight into this. So these are really easy to learn, the major arcana. So these come about in your reading when there are major changes, things that are, you know, memorable in your time here on this earth. They're memorable. So we start off with the Fool. And the Fool is a gut feeling that you say, do you know what? I'm going to jump off this ledge. This is what I feel, and I'm going to do it. And you've got the playful dog there as well in the card. Okay, and this is it's just a lovely feeling of, you know, your inner child kind of urging you to go ahead and do it. Now the Magician comes along, and the Magician says to you that we had already planned this, me and your spirit guides and your loved ones in the spirit world, we'd already kind of planned it already. So, you know, we'd put that little message in your head. We'd started to, you know, get you to see things in like a magazine, or somebody had been talking about it, or just what I mean. So there's little hints about it that all led you down to the path that you are. And these guides are there to help you and to, you know, help you on your particular life path. You've got with all of the magician cards usually. You have a pentacle, a wand, and a sword, and a cup. You have all of the elements there, okay? And this is clearly saying the vision is here, and this is eternal as well. So the vision for your future, this is what you're needing, okay? You're needing to go on this journey. So in a reading, this can mean your spirit guides, it can mean coincidences, things that seem like coincidences, but actually are messages from your loved ones in the spirit world. Okay, so then you've got the High Priestess. High Priestess is all about sometimes secrecy, sometimes it's hidden knowledge, sometimes it's, you know, things that you are meant to know now and things that you're not meant to know. The book is open to you when it's time to read that book. It will be up to spirit world, it will be up to, you know, what is right. So it's like, if this keeps coming up in your reading or in a reading that you're doing for other people, it's basically saying to you that maybe now's not the right time for you to know the information that you're asking about. Maybe, you know, you've got to let things unfold a little bit more before you can truly understand, you know, the next phase. And you can see kind of the yin and yang symbol here. It's basically saying it's about kind of knowledge, you know, being aware of what is really happening. Okay, so then you have the Empress. Empress is about your spirit energy linked to your emotions, linked to your mothering instincts, linked to your you know, it can, so this all sorts of things this can read. So this can be fertility, literal, or fertility in a good idea, a good harvest. If it's around lots of pentacles and the money question, then this would be things coming to fruition, things being, you know, ripe and ready. Okay, so that is linked with the Empress. So then you go on to the father figure. So this is the masculine energy of that. Okay, and this one basically links to fatherly issues, masculine energy, looking after, making sure you're okay. Sometimes maybe a dominant character, just what I mean, because obviously each one has a masculine and a feminine. Okay, so just something else about the Empress. Sometimes this can be like a dominant mother, okay, or somebody being dominantly motherly to you. It can mean you being a mother or a motherly person. So as this is, it's the opposite polarity. So this is fatherly character. You know, somebody who is trying to make sure you're okay, look after you. But on the kind of negative side of things, it could be they're overpowering. Maybe somebody in authority is trying to lord over you or trying to, you know, oppress you in some way. Okay, so that can be somebody in authority. You then have the Hierophant or Hierophant, whichever way you want to say that. So this is about spiritual knowledge, spiritual teaching, understanding of the laws of the spiritual kind of mind. You can see he's looking through his third eye there. You can also see he's got a pack of tarot cards in his hand there, and he's also got lots of different religions here. So he's open-minded about different religions and different beliefs. In fact, it's quite interesting. This person is open-minded and interested. This person could be a spiritual person. It could be that you are learning about your own spirituality. You're opening yourself up and you're understanding that you have your own power to be your own person. Okay, so then you go into the Lovers card. Okay, so the Lovers card is literally what it sounds like. It can be linked with your love life. It can be linked with you know, a love life, you know, not necessarily yours, but around you. Now, from the outside looking in, this looks absolutely wonderful. It looks like two people together. They've magnetically been drawn together. You've got the lovebirds here, okay, literally. Now I'm going to get closer, okay. Now look closer. this illustrator has done this on purpose. Okay, let's see if we can get the, see if we can, please focus. So, come on. There. Can you just about see that there's a tear down the middle? Okay, so it's a slight tear down the middle, which means that this has had some sort of repair done. Okay, that this is repairing. Okay, so it can mean there's been some complications linking to this love life situation or this emotional connection. Okay, now if it isn't you particularly or the person that you're reading for, it can be around them, situations around them, but it would have to affect them in some way. The Chariot, racing ahead, going forward, looking at the direction that, you know, is coming up to a junction where you're going to need to make some decisions. You're going to need to decide, am I going to go in this direction or this direction? Temptation might be pulling you in a different direction to where you are supposed to be focused on. Looking at the horses in black and white, that can be writing in black and white. It could mean actual travel, because obviously the Chariot is traveling. It can mean a journey. Okay, so it's going ahead. All right. So then you've got the Justice card. Now, I'm going to say to you that the cosmic deck seems to be numbered differently. Okay, so some of these are swapped over, especially where the Strength is and the Justice is in this order, the order of the tarot. But these are in the correct order for what you know, the illustrator has done. Okay, so the Justice can be about legalities, official contracts, paperwork. It can be about getting your justice, whether that be spiritual justice, karmic justice, getting what it is that you deserve. Okay, trying to weigh up, you know, what is right, what is wrong. Okay, so you know, this is, you know, this is something, usually something official or getting something official done. Okay, all right. And then you have the Hermit. Now the Hermit is your, now whenever we hear the word hermit, we think of you know, home. We think of home, we think of you know, being alone, maybe, you know, locking yourself away. I think we've all had to go through a bit of that, haven't we, with the lockdown at the moment. So yeah, this can be isolation, home, but it can also mean wisdom. Whenever you're you know, on your own, either because you want to be on your own or because circumstances make you be on your own, we always look at life from a different angle. Just, you know, it's very similar. You're going to see it in the Hangman as well, looking at things in a different angle. But the Hermit is also very similar because you gain a lot of wisdom. Okay, but it can just mean home. Okay, home or home life. The Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune indicates changes. Okay, in a lot of the tarot decks, it can mean let's do that so the fan doesn't block them over. So yeah, it can mean changes for the good or the bad. Just what I mean. So yes, things are definitely going to be changing. You know, especially if someone's asking the question, will my circumstances change soon? Will there be anything happening? Okay, and then you get the Wheel of Fortune, which means yes, there's definitely going to be change. Now, you have the ability to look at one of your cards and say, right, my card is always going to mean it like this, and that's how I see mine. This always, to me, means good changes, things happening for a reason, and the movement forward is best for you and your situation. So, okay, so that's the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Strength card can be about anger, frustration, somebody making you angry, somebody making you feel cross. It can be using your anger or your frustration for a better situation, you know, pouring all of that kind of energy into something to to make it good, or to, you know, enhance your power, okay, within yourself. It can be somebody around you has been an angry person, or there might have been some violence in some awful circumstances. Sometimes you might feel that, but obviously you've got to be very careful when you indicate this, because if you say anything like that and there isn't anything going on like that, you don't want to be manifesting that, you know, putting it in someone's mind, and therefore they will then be manifesting it. So you can go into that by saying, would you understand that you've felt or you've been around some sort of violent energy recently, not necessarily yours, but around you, or have you been noticing or watching things on the TV that have kind of upset you karmically? So because you're saying could have been watching it on TV, you're not bringing it directly into their life, okay, but you're still giving the message. Now, the secret is, when you're doing readings, you're not doing readings to get that jaw-dropping, I've got to be right, and it's all about your ego, you know, to be absolutely spot on. And, you know, yeah, of course you want to be accurate, of course you want to give those details out, but not for the detriment of somebody who, you know, that person having the reading with you. You don't want to be upsetting them. That's not right. So sometimes to go about it in a gentle way, you're still getting your message across, but you're not frightening the person who's having the reading. Okay, so you then have the Hanged Man, and like I said to you earlier, the Hanged Man can be about looking at things from a different angle. Things are a bit on hold, things are upside down. There seems to be a little bit of a delay with things. Okay, it could be that you or the person who's having the reading with you has been putting themselves in an upside down kind of limbo feeling themselves. Maybe their life has been put on hold because they need to rethink that, you know, that which they want. You know, maybe they're saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, but really they don't. Really they want maybe maybe something else. Maybe they want to simplify their life and they're just about to complicate it, and the universe is just giving you a chance to rethink your plan. Okay, so the Hangman is looking at things from a different angle, or things being delayed. Now, I've named my card New Beginnings, but you can clearly see it's the Death card. But, you know, when you've got somebody in front of you, they're already anxious about the Death card, even though the Death card does not mean death. It basically means a new beginning, things restarting, rebirth. In a lot of the lovely cards, in fact, I love Gregory Scott's version of the Death card. It's basically it's the New Beginnings, and it's just this big open beautiful space. It's like a meadow of openness, and it's just simply saying it's a new start, it's a new beginning. You know, so many possibilities. Okay, so yeah, so this is the restart or rebirth card. You basically sometimes get the Death card when you've just split up from a partner, or when you're getting married, or when you've had a baby, or when you know, you've just started on a new job. Now, the reason for that is because your life has dramatically changed from being one way to another. So therefore, it's the death of the old you, but it doesn't mean death. Okay, really doesn't. So the Temperance card, Temperance is about the balance, trying to get the balance right, trying to make sure everybody's okay, trying to see, you know, what it is that in your life that is maybe out of balance, so that you can actually clear it up somehow. I think it's nicely displayed here. Now, she is obviously draining some water out of the cups, because she's not looking at her own needs. She's constantly thinking about other people's needs, so that needs to be addressed as well, linking with the Temperance. Okay, so the Temperance is balance, getting the balance right in your own life as well. The devil card is mischievous naughtiness. Okay, so it doesn't have to be bad, although it can portray somebody being bad in your life, you know, somebody who's not being very nice. You know, there's different levels. So on a lower level, this could be mischievousness, experimenting in life, in all areas. It can be, you know, maybe you're doing something that you think, oh no, it wasn't me. You know, it's like, I don't know what came over me, but I've just ended up doing this and I shouldn't have done this, and what have I done? So it can be that, but it can be going to the other side of things, you know, where somebody's been really bad to you, or, you know, maybe you've treated someone else very badly, and you want to make amends. Okay, so, you know, it's different levels. Does that make sense of the good and the not so good? Tower, getting a clearing out the old, ready for the new. Now, if we're having constant new beginnings and constant changes and things like that, then it seems obvious that in order to have that, we have to clear out some of the old stuff. So anything that is no good to us, anything that is negative, anything that is holding us back from being our best self, and that could be people, situations, friendships, all sorts of things, and the universe will then shed these so that you can then move forward, okay, in your life. Okay, so then you have the star, hopes, dreams and wishes, things that you really want, things that you're wishing for, you know, wonderful feelings of, you know, putting out maybe some new wishes and new dreams, you know, making sure that the universe does know what it is that you really do want in your life. Okay, so sometimes we spend so much time saying, well, I hate this and I don't like that, and you know, and we're moaning about what it is that we haven't got or don't like, that we forget to say all the wishes that we want. So with this card, when that comes out, it's like time to say, okay, and always this is good affirmation time, you know, saying, thank you, universe, for my new whatever. Okay, so it could be that you want a car. It's like, thank you, universe, for my new car. It's perfect for me in every way. It's affordable, it's safe and secure, and you know, you could even say it was free. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, you can put those affirmations out there. Okay, but so it's a statement that isn't yet true, but the more times you say it and believe it to be true, even if you're kind of faking it, the belief, then it starts to actually happen. Okay, so that is the definition of an affirmation or a prayer or a spell or cosmic ordering, law of attraction, any of those. I do a lovely workshop on law of attraction and mindfulness, and that's so just an idea. So check out all the different web workshops that I do. Okay, so then you have the moon, and I'm not quite sure what they meant by the lobster here, okay, regarding the moon. Not sure, but I do know that just this means that the moon is your psychic ability. Now, in a lot of these little booklets that I've seen linking to the tarot cards, there's kind of like a dark feeling around the moon, and I just don't get it. I only see, you know, that there's this psychic intuition, okay, around the moon for me. So, you know, but then I'm a bit fluffy. I like things to be fluffy, don't I? So, but this, yeah, this is about psychic ability. Okay, so then you've got the sun, and there's no other, and nothing else to say apart from, can't really see it because the light's blaring on it. So yeah, this is about the sunshine, happiness and brightness, you know, everything turning out for the better. You know, what does it feel like when there's been a horrible winter and then the sun comes out? Okay, that's what that is. So then you have the judgment card, and the judgment is all about, you know, the obvious, really, judging, but it's about breaking free from restrictions, kind of knowing that, you know, you can't you can't get anywhere unless you kind of break free from the things that are holding you back, either by yourself or by other people around you. Sometimes we have to kind of push ourselves to get to release those kind of holding back, or don't want to judge other people, or you don't want other people to judge you, you know. So this is about breaking free. Okay. And then you have the World card, and the World and the Sun are probably the best cards in a deck of tarot. And the World, there's no negative to the World or the Sun. It just means happy, you know, it means that things have worked out much better than you could have ever dreamed of. Things are, you know, have really changed and looked up, or things are going to be much, much better. So hang in there. So the World card is a big thumbs up from the spirit world. All is well. So there you go. That is the Cosmic Deck by Norbert Loesch, and that is my interpretation of what I see within the cards. So if you wanted to go to my website, psychicalley.net, you could have a reading with myself, or there are other workshops and things that you can put your name down for. My workshops are very affordable, and if there is anybody who still finds that difficult, please contact me, because we can sort something out. Okay, so anyway, lots of love to everybody, and I'll speak to you again soon with my next interpretation of another deck of cards.